Hi y'all, I'm back. Okay, so I'm back and I'm gonna wait for a few of y'all to come on while I fix this cord. Charger again. Alright, so I'm just waiting for a few folks to get on before I start the topic of what wealthy men like or find appealing about women versus what average men or broke men find appealing about women. Okay, so how y'all doing? So let's start off. Um, Wealthy men don't care what you do for a living. They don't care how much money you make, and they don't care how educated you are. Unless, you dropped out of junior high school. That might be a problem. But they don't care about any of that because they don't need anything from you but your personality and your company and your femininity. Okay? They don't need any money from you. They don't need you to pull half the rent. And they don't need you to, you know, be a ride or die. So they don't care about any of those things. You can say, I'm a receptionist and still date a millionaire. Okay. So what I'm saying is only average men and broke men care if you have a job, a decent education, and can contribute to whatever. Okay. So I don't know, whatever you're trying to attract to you, that is how you need to approach dates. So, for example, if you're out with a rich guy, you don't have to talk about your career. You don't have to talk about what you do. You don't have to talk about how many degrees you have. You got to talk about how much fun you can have with this person, how impressive they are, how you love to travel, how you love to have fun and blah, 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 enjoy life, and things like that. When you're with an average guy, yeah, they want to hear what you do for a living so they know, if they can see a future with you because you're going to have to pull half the rent, half the rate, half the weight around the house. You're going to have good credit and da da da. So they really want you to have something going for yourself. So, and also when they hit that midlife crisis and they decide to leave you, they don't feel any guilt, so you can stay afloat and pay all your bills and take care of the kids without him feeling bad about leaving you. Okay? So make sure this is a red flag when someone asks you about your career and is really interested in your career. It means they want something from you. Okay? Just like if a woman approached a man and said, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" It's not because she cares what he does. She wants to know if he can provide for her, which is his role. Okay? If the male is reversing the role and asking you what you do for a living, what can you bring to the table, he's being feminine. Okay? So you don't want those type of average, subpar, below men unless you would like to also build. You know what I'm saying? Most women, they feel like if they help a man build, that man will be appreciative and stay through thick and thin, but that's just not true. Okay? So when you're out on a date with a wealthy guy, don't talk about what you do for a living. Talk about something fun, your last vacation, where you want to go next, the food on the menu, how much fun you're having, new things that you want to do that you haven't done yet, things that he can afford to do, the stuff you can't talk about with the other guys because it'll never happen. So when you're sitting across from a dude who has millions, you don't talk about the same stuff as you do sitting across the dude who has to work in 5 hours. Okay. So you got to get your conversation ready before you get there. You can't talk about the same stupid stuff. Okay. Try to avoid religion and politics with wealthy people. Okay. Because chances are you're probably going to have a difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because that's what religion and politics are there for, to separate. So if you don't bring them up, it doesn't matter. So you can talk about, oh, there's this really great film or play that I want to see. These type of men will take you to plays and things that the average guy can't do. Okay, they can take you to the stuff that's considered, high end or cultural or things like that or bougie, and you can enjoy. You get to dress up. You get to actually go to a place and get an evening gown if you're going to be invited to a formal affair, a gala, or some type of fundraiser. They're going to want you to be their date because, fundraisers are to, socialize and, see who has this much money. It's a kind of a show off of your wealth. And if you can bring a pretty girl, all the better. So you're going to get to dress up. With average guys, you're probably gonna get to go to the movies and things like that. So you're gonna want to understand that it's different. You're gonna need a whole new wardrobe. You're gonna have to upgrade your wardrobe, and likely the guy will help you because they're gonna, if you're just dating, someone wealthy for the first time, they're gonna help you with your wardrobe. They're gonna give you money, and they're gonna be like, hey, go buy a nice dress because we're gonna go to this fundraiser, and I'm wearing what color are you gonna wear? We need to coordinate. So they'll just give you some money and tell you to go shopping. Average guys, they gotta wait till holidays to give you stuff. Wealthy men will just bring you stuff for no reason. Okay, so this is why I'm saying, know your feminine power. Wealthy men like feminine women. Average to broke men like masculine women because they can contribute and they can pull half the weight and they can work just as hard, and they feel like they can get the sex for free, and that the women enjoy and want sex just as much as them. Okay, and that, which is not true. So for example, average men think that women should give it up for free with no anything attached to it. Wealthy men know that they have to earn that because it's not easily given away by women with high standards. So they already know what they got to do. That's why they start off impressing you. Okay. And a broke man is not afraid to ask for sex, but then gets mad at you when you ask for some money. Okay. A rich man will not ask for sex. He will give you whatever you want until he either feels like it's time, then he'll hint around, or until you give it to him because you figure if he's giving you all this before you sleep with him, what's he going to give you after you sleep with him? You know what I'm saying? So this is the point. Start off, have your high standards. Don't believe anything that someone tells you that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. In nature, the men are the givers and the women are receivers. Okay. If a man is putting their hand out to you, that's going against the natural order of things. Okay. And you don't want that type of energy. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, that's why in nature, the woman usually goes for the strongest, the boldest, the one that has the most, because that's nature. Women like providers. That's natural. It's not something that's immoral. It's natural. What's immoral is you trying to suppress, men trying to suppress that in women when that's what we are supposed to do. The only reason we're supposed to do that is to secure a place for the children to be born and raised in a safe and clean and, risk-free environment. Okay. We're not doing it just because we're greedy. We're doing it for a higher purpose. And men don't really see that because they don't see past the first and second date. You know what I mean? Women, they're not going to waste their time because, like I said, we're on a biological clock. They're not going to waste their time dealing with broke men who they know can't provide unless they've been mentally, programmed to just accept whatever. I'm saying that, secure your future generations by choosing the man that can actually provide and afford to have you living in comfort. Don't waste your time with broke men. I don't care how cute they look. Know that there's a difference in how you talk to them. So if you've never dated someone with money, you need to, find some things to talk about that are not this, that are a little bit different. Don't talk about your, issues at work. They don't care about that. Don't talk about like stuff that will bring them down. You're there to be fun. You're there to make them feel good about themselves. You're there as a feminine energy because they're very masculine. They're masculine energy. They work all day. They work around people. they're around professionals all day, or they're just so rich they don't really even have to go to work, and they have all these yes people around them. What they want is a feminine energy that's fun and makes them feel happy and raises their vibration. Okay, that's what they want. They don't want an issue. They don't want a problem. They don't want, another masculine energy around them. The independent woman syndrome, who talks about her career and job all day, is too masculine. It's like they're sitting at dinner with their coworker. So you don't want to bring that into it. And I've been saying this all day yesterday in the group that don't bring your professional voice or your professional demeanor into a date. Bring your sensual voice and your seductive demeanor on the date. You're not professional when you're on a date. You are sensual and feminine. Okay, you're not talking like you're talking to your employee or your coworker. You're talking like you're talking to someone you're getting ready to seduce and make weak and make them give you whatever you want. That's how you're talking to them. You're not talking to them like, so yes, well, what do you want to order? Let's order something. This looks very good. You're not talking like that. You're talking, this looks really good. I wonder if it's juicy and tender. Have you had this before? That's how you're talking. You're not talking like you're on an interview. Okay, you got to seduce at every opportunity. Okay, that's how you get what you want. Okay. Now you can't do this to a dusty guy. You can't be this seductive on a date with a dusty guy, because he's gonna spend his rent and his whole paycheck on you, and then he'll be knocking on your door talking about, I need a place to live because I spent all this money on you because you were so seductive. Okay, you can't do this with broke guys. Okay, and be like, oh shoot, only guys with money, you could do this too. Okay, because if you do this to the other guys, they're gonna get too excited too quick. They already expect it for free, so either they're going to try to rush you into sex, or they're going to spend all their little paycheck on you and end up homeless, or broke for the rest of the month, and then you're going to have to take him out. Okay, so be careful. Don't use this on broke men. This is only for men who can afford it. And I'm being honest. A lot of people don't like the truth, but this is the truth. Okay, and make sure that you're not dressing the same as you're dressing with the average dude. Okay, because men treat you like you treat yourself. Okay, if you're wearing some average outfit and you didn't really try to impress this wealthy guy by looking extra sexy and extra feminine, that's how he's going to treat you, exactly how you look and how you're dressed. That's what he's going to value you as. So take some effort, take some time, go get your hair, nails, put on a classy, sexy outfit, not a trashy, sexy outfit. That's for the average dude. Okay, you put on a classy, sexy outfit, that look like you put a lot of effort into it. Have your hair, nails, makeup look very polished and sexy. Okay, and sensual. You don't go out there looking like, don't wear no too tight clothes with some Fashion Nova boots. No. Okay, you don't do that. All right. That is for the average or the below average. Okay, because that's the like anyway. So if you're on a date with a wealthy guy, they're not going to be concerned about what you order, how much it is. So order what you want. Don't even care. Order what you want. Order wine, appetizers, whatever you want, because they don't care, because they can afford it. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so and also you ask him what he suggests. Like, oh, well, have you eaten here before? What do you suggest on the menu? What's really good? You ask him that. He's gonna feel like he's needed. You value his opinion, and you're kind of like kind of respectful, because in the old days, the women used to let the men order their food. And if he suggests something, look, you're gonna know your value. If he suggests something really cheap and it ain't good, or if he suggests the most expensive thing on the menu, or something at least in the middle or expensive, you're gonna know what he's thinking. Like, okay, well, he's gonna ask you, well, what do you like? Seafood, steak, da, 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 da. It's like, oh, I like seafood. If he suggests the tilapia or the fried whatever, he broke. If he suggests the lobster or the scallops, or the high end, he's gonna, you know, be fine with you ordering it. So go ahead. Don't just, always ask what he thinks. Okay, this is a very feminine trait. Always ask what the man thinks. Get his opinion on things. Men should not ask women what they think because that is a feminine trait. Men don't ask women their opinions. And if they do, they really already made up in their mind what they're going to do anyway. So they're just trying to see, where their head's at. But women ask men for their opinion. Men already know what they're going to do. They're take charge. So when you're out on a date with an average man or a broke man, they're going to ask your opinion because they want your input and your money. Or like if they automatically suggest what you should get before you even ask, it's because they have a price and a budget. Oh, you should get this. It's really good. It's like, I don't really like that. Oh, but it's good. You could try it. No, I like this. I like the lobster. Oh no, the lobster here is bad. They're gonna deter you from the expensive side of the menu, or they won't even take you anywhere where there are expensive items over a certain price. So make sure you're conscious, of things that they're suggesting to you. Yeah, and someone says ask for a gift or flowers. And yeah, always ask for a gift or a surprise. Like, you know what? I love surprises. Like, what are you going to surprise me with on our date? They got to bring you something. Okay? So, flowers, small gift, gift card, whatever. Make sure they're bringing you something. Okay? That's the wealthy guys. The broke men, they're going to just surprise you by showing up on time. Okay? Surprise, I'm here. In the Netherlands, guys won't pay for you. They'll say, let's go Dutch. Well, then date foreign guys who will pay, But if you're extra sensual, I bet you they'll pay. If you're extra sexy, I bet you they'll pay. Especially go for somebody ugly or old. I keep telling y'all this. Y'all keep trying to date somebody that looks good like you. Go get an old dude from the Netherlands, and I bet you he'll pay. Okay. Yes, seduction will get anything. You can get anything with that. The promise of getting some will get whatever you need. Okay? So, all you gotta do when someone wants to go out on a date with you, rub on his shoulder, rub up against him, smell good, whisper in his ear, baby, I can't afford to go Dutch. Will you just pay for the whole thing? He's gonna be like, huh? Like, yeah, like otherwise, I'm going to have to go out with someone else who could pay for the whole thing. Because, people are offering to pay for the whole date with me. I mean, look at me. It's like, okay, I'll do it. Start a movement. Why do you accept that? Start a movement. I just start it. It's like, look, I'm not paying anymore. You don't want to go out with me? I'll go out with someone who can't pay. Don't accept that. If the men don't want to pay, then they can't play. You make a t-shirt. If you don't pay, you can't play. Make a t-shirt, I don't pay on dates. Men might like that because it's masculine. It's masculine. They might be tired of your society's rules, and they really want to prove themselves and feel extra masculine one day, and paying for someone's date might just do it for them, Make a t-shirt, I don't pay for dates. That's what I would do. Go against society, Why wouldn't you? I would. I'd get a shirt made online, have it shipped to me, put it right on, and walk around. It's like, I don't go Dutch. And put on the back, I don't pay. You pay. And I bet you will get asked out and they will pay. Because they're going to think you think you're all that and special, and then they're going to wonder why you think you're all that and special, and then they're going to want to find out, so they're going to pay. Dang, why does she think she's so special? Maybe I need to find out. Maybe I need to pay. And once this movement catches on, I'm like, oh my God, I paid on a date with this woman, and she like seduced me. Like, she wore lingerie. She smelled good. She looked good. She was holding my hand and rubbing me. I'm going to pay again. So, yeah. don't ever don't ever follow society rules if they're against the rules of nature, because it's going to backfire on you every time. It's, it's a trick. Um anyways, so yeah, I tried to leave my wallet in the car on a date, and the cheapskate noticed and asked me to bring it. Leave it at home next time. Put the cash and your ID in your pocket or in your purse, and just like, oh, I left my wallet. We got my purse, but left my wallet. Because I was switching purses, and I put my wallet on the bed, and da 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 da. Or if he said, oh, you left your wallet in the car, it's like, oh, there's nothing in it. I don't really need it. You're paying, right? That's what I would have said. Actually, I would never go out on a date unless I knew the man was paying. Like, that's a given. Like, you ask me out, you know you paying. Okay? Do I look like I pay? Okay. I'll just get up and walk away when the chick comes. Like, oh, okay, I'll be in the car. I'm going to the bathroom. It's time for you to pay. Or I'll just look at him like, and they'll grab it. If they don't, I ain't grabbing it. And another way to insinuate that they're paying is you ask them, like, "Oh, oh, baby, be." This is how you do it. If you're on a date and you think that they're gonna ask you to pay, it's like, "Oh, baby, can I get a margarita? Oh, baby, can I get a wine?" Like, ask them as if they're already paying, and they'll say, "Yeah, sure, get whatever you want," or they'll let you know right then and there. Well, if you want to, you can afford it. And like, huh? And when the waitress comes and she asks, what do you want to drink? You look at him and say, oh, baby, can I get a margarita? He's going to be embarrassed to say either no or no, you're paying, so get whatever you want, and he's going to just say yes, and he's going to have to take care of the bill, because it's like, well, I wouldn't have ordered the margarita if I didn't know you were paying, play dumb, be dumb, just be dumb. Dumb people get more in life because people feel sorry for them, that they don't know any better, and they're really smart because they do know what they're doing. Play dumb, but be smart. Works every time. And when you're playing dumb, don't make it so obvious. Just like, oh, I really didn't know. Like, feel bad about yourself. If you feel bad about it, then they'll feel guilty for making you feel bad, and then they'll just go ahead and pay for it. Like, oh, I really didn't know. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Wow. And then they feel like the whole date in the moment is ruined, so they're just gonna pay for it. They're like, oh shoot, let me just pay for it because I definitely won't get none if I try to make her pay down. She'll never call me back. So always make them feel guilty. Always play dumb. Always ask if you can get something. That way, it's already known that they're paying, and you're playing dumb, and you get it. Just like when you walk through the store or to a mall. It's like, ooh, can I get that? Or, ooh, can I get that? Ask them like a little child. Ask them like a child. This is one of the approaches in the book not the law, in the art of seduction. This is an approach, being like a child, okay? If you act like a child and like they're the parent, and you play dumb, and they feel like, you're seeing them as someone well respected, you like them, they can get what they want from you if they comply to your needs. So it's very psychological what you're doing when you ask them for stuff and play dumb like a child. Then they automatically take on the parental role. They're like, oh yeah, go ahead and get it, sure, like a parent. So anyways, that's how you do it. You make them feel like the parent. It helps when they're older too. It helps a lot if they're older, because they feel like, okay, well, I can't ask this young woman to pay. I'm old. I make a lot of money. I should be able to pay this thing. Or she's asking me. She's holding my hand and pulling me to the thing that she wants, like a child. And if I give her, when you give a child what they want, then what do they do? They're nice. They're obedient. They want to please you, and so that's how the psychological trick works on them. Okay, so treat them like the parent. Um, yeah, like women are able to use their femininity and their sensuality to get whatever they want in this world. There's no, like, I was saying in my group, I saw this really pretty girl working in the drive-through, and she did not have to be working. Okay, she did not have to be working. She could have got some random dude to pay her bills, but or she didn't really have to work there. She could have got a job in a nicer place, where she could make more money, just because she was very attractive. But I don't know why she chose to work there. Maybe she has criminal record. I don't know. But she could have easily gotten like a sugar daddy or some dude to take care of her. That's all I was saying. You don't have to work all day and be tired if you know how to use your femininity. Now, I'm not saying have sex with people. I'm just saying use your femininity to make them feel like that you might want to. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like, if you're extra sexy to them and seductive to them, they think they have a chance, and so they're going to do whatever it takes to see where this is headed. Should you leave your career for a rich man in another area? I mean, blah 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 blah. If he offers you something, like, if he offers you a place to live, and he puts a certain amount of money in your bank account for emergency fund, like if it doesn't work out, you can go back. Yes, because if he wants to take care of you, and you are tired of working, it's your choice. You don't have to, but it's your choice. Think about it. You might never get that opportunity again. It might turn into something more, and you also are going to be able to meet people with a lot of money. You'll learn how to invest, and so you don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women don't realize that they can learn a lot from wealthy people. They can learn how they don't have to go to work for someone, and how they can invest and own their own things, buy property, invest in stock and stuff like that. They will teach you how to do that, or they'll do it for you, and they'll set you up so you're good. They're not just going to use you up and then toss you to the side. Especially if you're interested in learning, they're going to want to teach you because of the parent-child thing. Oh, I want to learn how to do that. Will you teach me? Oh, and then they'll feel like, oh, this is my time to shine. I can impress her now. Oh, well, yeah, you just do this and you can invest in this and, da, da, da. I'll do it for you. I'll put $1,000 here and start, and then you can start growing it and da, 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 da. They're going to teach you how to invest. Now, with a broke guy, they're just going to tell you to go to work every day and slave away and save, okay? That's what they're going to tell you to do. And you'll never get anywhere doing that. So make sure, if you do leave your career, that this person gives you a backup plan, like with money in the bank, that you can move back and start and, get your old life back if you choose to. And that if you are going to move across the state to be with him, that he's going to teach you and help you grow financially as well, So make a wise decision on that. Okay. Yep. Any man that tells you that you need a job and have to work for the rest of your life does not want you to be happy. They don't want you to be happy. And in fact, anyone who has a good job, any man who has a good job should be trying to think of how to get out of it, start his own business or invest and have money so that he doesn't really have to work that much. You know what I'm saying? So the whole key, the whole thing about being wealthy and dating wealthy people is having that freedom that comes with it. They say money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you freedom and time, which then you can find your happiness in. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to find happiness working 12 hours a day, struggling. You ain't going to find no happiness in that. But you might find happiness when you have time to go on vacation, have fun, buy what you want, spend time with people, get closer to people. You might find your happiness there. It's not with money, but it's the freedom and the time that wealth and money allows you to have. Okay? So, yeah. And don't listen to all those memes and those broke men quotes, because those are the same type of things that keep people in poverty mind. You can't grow and expand if you're stuck, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and thinking you're going to get different results. Okay? It says broke men are always on their feelings when it comes to performing their duties. They're not targeted. Yeah. And for example, you know, if you're a man listening to this and you're not where you want to be yet financially, don't take this personally. Okay? It's not against you. It's just there are women who no longer want to date in that tax bracket, and it's not your fault. It's just her preference, right? So she wants a better life. She knows what she wants in her mind. Women have this option. Naturally, we have the option to choose because it is the woman who chooses the man. You know that, right? So men, or average men, or men with less money, try to trick women into being with them by making them feel guilt, or making them feel a certain way about themselves and how they shouldn't want this and that. But and then taking away her choice by saying, well, if you get with, lying to her, if you get with me, I'll do this and that, and we'll build together, like painting this picture. It sounds good, but really all y'all are both doing is working, having kids, and struggling. Okay, that's not fun. So if you're falling for it, and the woman feels like, oh, my mom did it, so I'll do it, it's just perpetuating the cycle of poverty. So women choose their men. Okay, women choose who they want to date, how much money the man makes, the type of man she wants. She chooses his tax bracket. When she gets up in the morning and picks out her outfit, does her hair and makeup, she's choosing the tax bracket of man that she wants to target. Okay? If she puts on some skinny jeans with holes in it and some Fashion Nova boots and a crop top and a purple wig, you know what tax bracket she's going for. Okay? If she puts on, a classy dress, some heels, a nice handbag, classy makeup, you know what tax bracket she's going for, and then we have the in between where you don't know which tax bracket she's going for. Because one day she can look like this and the next day she can look like that. But the whole point is it's her choice. Okay? It's her choice. So we know what we're going for. We choose the men who we want to date, and then we choose the men who we want to marry. Smart women don't let men talk them into lowering their standards or making their choice for them. We get to choose. Okay? So by knowing this, make sure you're conscious of what you're putting on, what you're wearing, how you're speaking, how you're talking. The conversation that you're having with certain men is not the same conversation you have with this type of men. Okay? And if you separate yourself completely from the type of men you don't want, you're not going to even attract them anymore, and they're not even going to be an issue anymore, and you're not even going to have to conversate with them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that is the purpose of you knowing what you want, dressing for the type of man that you want to choose, to date you, and going for it, So men who fix your plumbing, oh no, I'm not going to date them, unless they own the plumbing company, darling. Okay? Because it's my choice. It's my preference. Do I want to live as a plumber's wife? Or do I want to live as an owner of a plumber's company's wife? Okay? That's my choice. Right? Right? I mean, that's my choice. If you have the worker plumber and the owner of the plumbing company, I'm talking to the owner. Okay? I'm not talking to the worker. I don't care how good he looks. He's still working for somebody. This man is paying this man. So why would I want this man's paycheck from this man? I might as well go to the source. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not about, people keep asking what the woman brings to the table. The woman brings the woman to the table. Okay? That's enough. Just being a woman is all you need. That is all you need. You got to know how to look, approach, talk, use your femininity to get what you want. That's all you need. You don't need to bring nothing else. You can walk in naked and you will get whatever you want. Guaranteed. You don't have to bring nothing to that table but yourself, okay? Because that's all they want anyway. But anyone who's asking you to bring anything extra wants something from you because they don't have it, okay? And no woman wants to be with a man who needs something from her. Okay? They don't want it. It's like, okay, I don't want to be your mama. So, anyways. So I don't think that I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes. So I'll take a couple of questions. I gotta go in a few minutes. So y'all have any questions? If a man can't provide, he is useless. Okay, that's not a question. I dated a really attractive black man from a pretty wealthy background. He made good money and he always expected me to pay for myself on a date. It really sucked. Well, perhaps you weren't seductive or sexy enough. Okay? And perhaps he probably looked decent and could get anybody and had many options. You got to go for someone who's lucky to be with you as well. What if a sexy bastard has 3 kids from 3 different women? Well, he on 3 different child supports and he ain't got no money. Okay. Would it be okay to date a contractor? If they made enough money and you feel comfortable with that, tax bracket of men, then date whoever you want, You don't have to marry them. So, my alarm went off because I gotta go. Yes, I am a gold digger. Always have been. Never will change. Why? Because it gets you further than being a doormat. And I don't want to pay on no dates, okay? Never had to. So why would a woman be anything else? Why would we pay on a date when we don't have to? Another man will pay. That's silly. Makes no sense to me. So, and men try to make you feel bad and call you gold digger, but basically what they're saying is they can't afford you and they want you to lower your standards so they have a chance. And it's not fair. It's not fair. Lower your price, It's like somebody who's used to shopping at Walmart going in the Saks and being upset because they want to price their clothes high, and they go up to the counter and tell the person, "Oh, y'all are price jackers." You don't go in a high-end store and say y'all are price jackers. You just don't shop there. You bypass. You can't afford it. Keep going. Keep walking. You don't walk in the Saks with your Walmart gift card. Okay? Keep it moving. Oops, I dropped something. You don't walk into a fancy department store, with your Walmart gift card, mad because you can't spend it. Walk away. It's not for you. Okay? It's not for you. So that's why I understand why guys get mad and call women gold diggers. If you calling a woman a gold digger, it's you got a Walmart gift card that's standing around in Saks. It's not for you. So I don't know. It makes 0 sense what I'm saying. So you get the money and then what? Put it in my bank account. Use it to pay bills. Save it, invest it, Start my own business. Buy some products. Sell some products. Invest in yourself. That's what. Okay. So go shopping if you want to, Doesn't matter what you do, it's your money. You earned it. So how do you start attracting a wealthy man? You dress for the job you want and dress for the man you want. You know, you don't. It's dark in here. Okay, you stop hanging around areas where there's not wealthy people. You go hang around nice areas. Go eat in restaurants in nice areas. You know, go work out in gyms in nice areas. Go to steakhouses, at the bar, sit down, socialize. You know, that's what you got to do. Get online. Get on dating sites and only deal with guys who make a certain amount of money. They have that option, you know, where you check how much you want the dude to make, and then they'll pop up when you search. So they're building a house across the street from me, if y'all hear something. So yeah, I gotta go now, but I will be back on. Maybe I'll come back on later tonight if I'm bored. Okay. I'll see y'all later. All right. Bye.